Hey guys, today I want to talk about culture, company culture, startup culture, but how actually a culture is happening and what can affect culture to be a disaster. Now, there are lots of principles and lots of small things that, they can create a culture. It can become a company that everybody loves to work there, an amazing environment or with some small mistakes, that amazing culture can turn into a hell where everybody wants to leave, where the employees are frustrated, when they're looking for a new job, new opportunity, they want to leave your company, when founders are frustrated, when investors they don't believe anymore in that company. But it's not just about culture. When we talk about culture, we're talking about ego. We are talking about loving your game, loving what you do. We are talking about controlling your temper. We are talking about firing fast if someone doesn't fit within your company's culture and might affect the other employees. So, first thing first, I think we are all on the same page. You gotta love what you do. That's super important, guys. I mean, it you gotta love what you do, guys. I don't know how I can stress that enough. Everybody are talking about that. It doesn't matter if you're working, if you're playing a game, if you're playing music, if you're doing sport, anything you do, you gotta love that. If you're with someone, if you are in a relation, if you buy a car, if you build a house, if you buy a clothes, you gotta love that clothes. Otherwise, you will never put it on. Or if you put it on, you feel bad about it. So I mean, I don't want to talk a lot about you gotta love what you do because this has been proven. Everybody talking about it, and I don't want to just, go through the same things that most probably you have heard it from your friends, from your teachers, from your mentors, from your colleague, from your spouse. You gotta love. Let me ask you something. Would you eat a food that you don't like it? No, you wouldn't. Even doesn't matter how hungry you are. Even if you're starving, if somebody put, let's say, a soup or something in front of you, that this is it, you gotta eat it. You, you gotta taste it, but then you're like, ew, no, that's it. I prefer to stay hungry, but I cannot eat this thing, right? So that's super important. You gotta love what you do. So talking about culture, talking about company's culture, it comes first thing first. You gotta love what you do. Now, culture, it doesn't just when we are talking about culture, we don't talk only about company's culture. First thing first, you gotta look at yourself, your behaviors, your personality, how you deal with stuff, in day-to-day operations, good news, bad news, you name it. So culture comes from people. Culture is not a formula. Culture is not I don't know. There is no cheat code for the culture. There is no shortcut for the culture. There is something that you can copy and paste it, and all right, from today we are changing our company's culture. Culture comes from you as a founder, as a human. Even if for a second, before, just let's put the startup life and the companies on the side, and I'm talking about like your personal life. See your behavior with your friends at home, with your girlfriend, with your boyfriend, with your spouse, with your children, at work. That's your culture. That's what you transfer to the other people. Let's say you have a family, your wife, your kids. So your kids, they just born, they just came to the life, right? They have no idea. So the culture comes from you and your spouse. You are creating the culture of that house, of that home. Your children most probably, I mean, of course, they can grow up. We can debate about that. Like, they're gonna get like so much effect, like from their friends who they're hanging out with, etc., etc. You name it. It's a whole topic to talk about it. But when they're a child, they get their parents' behavior. It's the same thing. When you, when I got my first dog, everybody they were saying he's look like you, and that was true because my puppy. So I got a Rottweiler. Unfortunately, he passed away. This is a long time ago. I loved him, so it just came to my mind now. And that puppy, I never trained him, never ever. And all my friends were asking, "This is not a dog. This is a human. So smart. How he does all these things? How did you teach him? Like to hey, go there, sleep, get up, don't bark, don't cut your ball." Don't eat this, don't eat that, give me your hand, jump, all that. And so many other things. Like my dog, every time that was coming inside the house, he was asking for permission. He never ever, rather than, when I was going to my friend's house or when they were coming with their dogs to my house, their dogs were just jumping on the couch, eating everything you can imagine, cutting the cables, taking a piece in my on my carpet, you name it. My dog, every time coming inside the house with his eyes, he was staying, putting his face down. When the dogs they want to be cute, with his eyes, he was asking permission. Hey, can I come in? And I was always looking at him for like few seconds. And the moment that I was like, come on in, you could see the happiness in his face. Like, his nose would go high, his eyes would change, like his ears would, So culture comes from you. Now you are building a company, you are building startup. Ain't no culture in there. You are the culture. You need to get that. You are the culture. Whatever is going to happen next is because of your behavior, is because of your personality. You are the culture of that company. And whoever is gonna join your company to help you along the way to achieve your dream, your success, your goals, employees, investors, co-founders, partners, third parties, you name it. They're gonna get affected by you, especially employees, especially um, that first round of employees when you start hiring. Your first, second, third, fourth, fifth, 10th employees. They get your behavior, your charisma, your characters. They become you. So it's super important. If you want to have a stressful culture, if you want to have a calm culture, if you want to have honest culture, if you want to have a super professional culture, when people they know when to laugh, when to get serious, when to deliver their estimations, how the responsibilities that they need to show to the company and to the product and to their commitments. So it all comes from you. You are the heart, you are the brain, you are the heart of that company, of that household, of that class, whatever you are doing. Maybe you are a teacher, so, and maybe you don't like the atmosphere and the culture of your classroom because you're like, hey, students are rude, they make fun of me, they bullying me. It comes from you. You allow that to happen. You allow people to make fun of you. You allow people to bully you. You allow people to do lots of jokes when they shouldn't and they should work. You allow the people to not deliver, to come up with lots of excuses. Hey, I didn't deliver my task because last night, I don't know, this happened, that happened, etc., etc., etc. Because they look at you. So that's super important, guys. I see like some of the founders, they complain about their company's culture, and no, complain about yourself. Go in front of the mirror, look at yourself, talk with yourself, and see what's going on and what you have to fix within yourself. Now, of course, along the way, you hire and fire so many times. So you hire some employees that really quickly you realize that, hey, this persona does not fit within our culture. I mean, this is a persona that, they keep coming late, they lie, they never deliver. I give them time. I did one-on-one meetings, HR meetings, bring them to my room, spend time, but doesn't change. So I have to be fast, I have to be quick, I have to fire that employee because otherwise it's gonna affect on my other employees and it's gonna destroy the company's culture. So the whole company's culture, it comes from you, guys. When you meet a new friend, when you meet a new girlfriend, when you meet a new boyfriend, partners, business partners, you name it, it's all upon you how you want them to behave you, how you want them to be like super serious with you, cool, chillax, and um, funny with you, or you want to set boundaries or not, you want to share everything or not, you want to keep your personal secret only, inside your heart, or you want to share it out there or not. It's all depends on you and it's all upon you. So you cannot be a founder or a CEO or a boss or a manager or a leader that shows up late at work, um, when the other teammates or employees or partners, they create a task for you and they expect some delivery or some result from you. You don't deliver on time, you don't respond on time, and just because you think you are a boss, you can do whatever the heck you want to do. And then slowly you realize they become you. And then you are wondering, oh, this is a shitty place. Oh, I lost my business because my team was shit. Oh, we didn't thrive, or we went bankrupt because those assholes that I gave them job and I gave them salary and I put food on their family tables, they betrayed me, and etc. etc. No, my friend, you betrayed yourself, but you don't even realize it. People, they don't realize it. People, they have lots of expectations from everything and everyone you can imagine. They don't look at their self, that hey, it came from me. I'm the one who caused all these kind of situations. I'm the one who caused all this madness, all this chaos. Nobody. And of course, founders, boss, managers, leaders, oh my god, super high ego. That's what is killing them. Ego is killing them. Ego is killing you. Put your ego on a side. Ego is not a good thing. Ego is not a good thing. Yes, everybody talking about being humble, being down to earth, being friendly, but everyone, they have ego inside them and they don't know how to get rid of it. Ego, it's a bad thing. Ego is killing you. Ego is destroying you inside out, is destroying your personal life, is destroying your relation, is destroying your company, is destroying your team, is destroying everything. Maybe you want to go out with a couple of friends, you want to see a football match or something, you want to go to a cinema, and maybe one of them cannot come with you, and you might cancel the whole night, and next time same scenario might happen, right? And that guy, the person who canceled the previous time, they're inviting you now, and just because you have an ego, oh, I'm not going. Motherfucker, last time I told him, let's go to this party or to the cinema or to watch a football game, he didn't come with me. And now what? I should go there because he want to? I'm not. That's ego. That's ego right there. Company, business. I asked my employee um, to do this, to show up at 9 a.m. sharp. He showed up 9:15. Bring him to my room. Let me shout on him. Let me threat him. Let me give him a warning to fire him. That's ego. That's not management. That's not, maybe you think, no, that's not ego. I'm just trying to get, to organize my team. I'm just trying to have everything in place and, like people, they should come on time. They should leave on time, work proper, deliver. No, 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 that's not that. It's your ego that is calling that employee coming to your room so you can just feel like a boss. You can shout at him or, some argues and some warning so you can feel like a boss. You might go to some meetings. You might have a meeting with your team. You might want to come up with a new feature where your team, they don't agree on that. And your ego immediately comes in between. Oh, these motherfuckers. Who the fuck they think they are? I'm the boss in here. I'm the founder in here. I built hold this game, and now you want to teach me within my game what is good or not? That's ego right there. And I can give you so many other examples that why you should get rid of your ego. Ego is not a good thing. Guys, sometimes some people, they think if they get rid of their egos and if they become humble and they listen out to people and some kind of empathy, they think they are the losers. They think they are, the dummy of the company. And they have no executive powers, or they have no, charisma, or they have no powers. So that's why their egos will never let them to grow, will never let them to have an amazing company culture, or even at their personal life with their friends, with their spouse. Maybe you go through and argue with your girlfriend or with your boyfriend, and it's like the last 2 days you're not talking, and that's eating you inside out, and you missed him or you missed her so much, and you want to call her and invite her, let's go out for a dinner, and but your ego doesn't let you to grab your phone and text her. But instead of that, you will spend the whole day and night by, searching her on all social media platforms, see where did she go? Oh, did she went out with her friends or not? Oh, did they went to that party or not? Oh my God. But instead, your brain, your body is like telling you, hey, pick up that phone, text her. As a matter of fact, even if she doesn't text back or she doesn't call back, or she doesn't want to be with you anymore, or she's just dating another dude right now, do what you gotta do. Leave your ego on the side, because later on in the future, after some time, you're not gonna regret. You're not gonna be like, oh, you know what, that night when I wanted to grab my phone and text my girlfriend but I did not. I wish I could have done that, because you never know. Maybe we would have went out on a dinner or something, and now we would be together. But I didn't. My ego came in between, and because she had to be the one who texted me or called me, not me calling her or texting her. And now she's with someone else. Now I'm not gonna talk about. I mean, this is a whole topic to talk about, right? Like, if someone doesn't love you, all right, or loves you after 2 days, not gonna find someone else. Yeah, I'm not opening this conversation right now. I'm talking about ego in here, and I'm sure that happens to so many people. It might happen to you listening or watching to this pod, and it happens. Sometimes you go into an argue with your friend or maybe with one of your employees, and like, hey, that was too much. You wanna apologize, but your ego doesn't let you. I'm the boss. I should be the one to go to my employee and apologize. What? I'm the boss, bro. That's not how it works at the company. I'm not the one who's going to my employee and apologize because I lost my temper a few minutes ago and I was I went nuts. So if you wanna be happy, if you wanna be successful, you gotta rid of your ego. You gotta let that thing go away. And trust me, the life will be so beautiful because I'm telling you, as a guy with the highest ego on the planet, I used to be like that. I mean, all my friends, all my business partners, they used to say, we have never ever seen somebody. I'm talking about back in the days. We have never ever seen somebody that, has the ego of Ali. I was like, oh my God, you have no idea. Like, no, I'm the king, I'm the boss, I'm the God. But slowly, slowly, then I recognized, then I understood that this thing is killing me. So I let it go. And now I don't care. Even if one of my friends shout at me. If I don't know, my girlfriend does, she's just being nagging, and I should be the one we should call her and, hey babe, like, okay, sorry, you're right, I'm coming to pick you up. I don't care. If sometimes, yes, of course, this business, this happens, I'm human. I might, as a matter of fact, like last month, I went kind of nuts at the office because some small mistakes happened, that everyday mistakes, from my support team, that it caused us to lose big amount of revenue, and having some angry clients, which affects our reputation. So I went a little bit mad, but immediately I went out. Of course, I didn't shout on anybody or do something bad. I just went out, like me, Ali. I was like, I just went mad, right? So I was like, why this should happen, guys? Come on. And I've been telling you for the last 12 months, for the last 2 years, like, this is how we should do it, and you keep doing the same mistake. And now here you are. We lost the client, we lost the revenue, reputation, competition, you name it. And immediately I went there and I hugged each of them. I hugged them, I kissed them. I was like, because I don't want to create that bad environment within my company. So of course, I'm loving what I'm doing, but that's not enough. Just because, hey, you love what you do, hey, you're a chef, you love cooking, hey, you're a musician, you love playing, hey, you're an athlete, you love, your game, hey, you're a founder, you love what you build. That's not enough. Next is ego. You gotta get rid of your ego, otherwise you will have a really bad company culture. And guess what? When you have ego, other people, they see you, they're not stupid. Okay. Now there are different kind of peoples. One, they might be like, "Ah, fuck this guy, he got ego, I'm not like him, I'm not gonna let him affect on me." Next, some of your other employees, they don't even realize it. They might turn, because they get it from you, they might turn out to be like you down the road. So they might have also ego. And another thing, creating the company's culture. Guys, stop spending time on some people that they cannot grow. Super important. And we might not realize it. You might be such a good philanthropist person that you want to help everyone. And just try. I mean, I was like that. I'm still like that. I love to help people so much. And I love to grow them so much. And I love when people, they don't know something and they don't want to discover or learn. And I show them the other side, when the grass is more green and stuff like that, and etc., etc., etc. So when I see, the way that they look at me, the way that they respect me, the way that they love me, and the way that they listen to me as a mentor, so it really makes me feel amazing. I mean, it's such a great feeling. But I have had this kind of people, or employees, or friends, or even family members, where at some point you are like, hey, I'm just wasting my time in here. I mean, I should take care of myself too, right? I'm just trying and trying and trying to level up that person. But no matter what you do, they don't want to grow. It's not about you, it's about them. They are good at where they are. It's like, imagine like an eagle trying to teach a fish how to fly. And the fish is like, hey, that would be nice. That would be fun. I would love to get out of the water sometime. See how's the life out there, especially flying. Wow. But you know what? I'm good where I am right now. I'm really good. I mean, I don't want to. And the eagle is keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing. And after some time, the eagle was like, hey, it's not going to happen. So I just wasted 2 years of my life trying to you know, pursued the fish that, hey, you gotta fly, but it didn't happen. And meanwhile, I that was my life. I lost 2 years of my life. Meanwhile, I could do something else, something good for me, or um, I could teach someone else how to fly. So this happens also within the companies, guys. As a founder, as a mentor, I love to grow people. I don't know what's wrong with me. I love to grow people. Okay. Because also sometimes I get that from my friends, like, dude, just let it go. This person, I mean, he likes what he's doing. I mean, enough. You cannot motivate them by giving them stock or, equity and stuff like that, so you can grow them, because that's what I do with my employees. I like to grow them so much. I always give them opportunities for stock, equity, pay in the future. If we hit this much revenue, I'm gonna give you guys bonuses or higher salary, or hopefully in the future we can afford giving like company cars, vacations, house, you name it. I love it. I love it. I mean, I'm imagining the day, and I have said to some of my employees and my team members, I'm imagining the day that, it's New Year's and we are doing really good, and, and we have reached to 100,000 team members, and I'm selecting the best employees of the month or the year and stuff like that, and I'm giving them like expensive watches or cars or houses. I would love that. I mean, makes me so happy, right? First, I'm doing it for me because it makes me happy. That's my hobby. That's my thing. Maybe for someone, it's going to striptease bars and throw money on ladies. Maybe for the other person, it's to go around by the beach. Maybe for someone else, it's just to eat amazing food. Maybe for someone else, it's dating beautiful girls. I love to give to people. I just love it. It makes me happy. So, of course, I do it for me because it makes me happy. And then, okay, the other person is happy too. Okay, enjoy it. So it happens in my company too. I have these guys that they are doing great at their role. Let's say they are doing support. They're getting a minimal salary, and they're doing their support. They do their 8 hours and then they leave. So first, I tried like for, and I understood that, guys, after 2 or 3 years, to be honest, almost 3 years, yeah. So I was trying just to grow these guys. No, I mean, come on. Do you want to be support until end of your life? There are much more opportunities. I can teach you to do this. I can teach you to do sales. I can teach you like to close deals and stock equity, you name it. And I see they don't wanna do that. They don't wanna climb up. They're like, hey, buddy, bro, I'm good where I am right now. I really love my support job. I really love my role. I'm happy with my salary, right? I'm happy with my responsibilities. Yep, you're talking about higher position, higher salary, equity, stock, but that comes with responsibilities. And I'm not that person. I don't want to go through stress. I don't want to go through, you know, back and forth argues, and I don't want to have more responsibilities. I'm good where I am right now. It's kind of like, imagine, it's kind of like a policeman, and the government, like the president, goes to that policeman and is like, I can do this, I can do that, I can make you an FBI agent or a CIA agent or a Homeland Security, or make you my personal bodyguard. But I mean, you gotta show me in the next 6 months, and you need to work out, you need to put some muscles on and learn some tactics and techniques, like regarding self defense, so I can put you my personal bodyguard. Maybe that policeman is like, Mr. President, thank you so much for the opportunity, but I really don't want that. I'm really, yeah, you're gonna give me a higher salary. I'm gonna be with you 24/7. If me or my family they have any, work or issues in any part of the country, with a phone call, you're gonna make that done. But to be honest, it's too much stress, and I don't want to take that life. And I'm really happy where I'm right now and with my salary. And after that, I don't care. I'm just finishing my, 8 hours work. I'm going home, spend time with my family, with my dog, with my kids, playing some Legos, weekends watching movies. So I really don't want to be that Captain America. All right, let someone else be. So, guys, don't stop. Stop wasting your time on things cannot grow. You might throw a seed somewhere, giving it water, sun, and you see, oh, this is growing and growing and growing and become a tree. And oh, next I'm gonna get the fruits and then sleep under the shadow, and then this tree just keep growing. But then the tree goes, the tree grows up to a certain level. You cannot expect that tree grows and reach the moon so you can walk on that tree easily and see, hey, how the moon looks like. I don't need, SpaceX or NASA. They are just doing all this technology to go to the moon, and I just grow a tree that, wow, it goes up to the moon, and I can, walk and then slide down. That's not gonna happen. Okay, you need to understand the capacity of people. You need to understand how much they can grow and where and when you have to stop. It's super important. Another thing, company's culture. Why, by the way, why I talk about that? Because all this will affect your company's culture. If you just invest more than what it should be on different people, on different team members and employees, at some point you're gonna go frustrated. You're gonna be super frustrated. And then as a founder, if you are mad, if you are stressful, if you are frustrated, then, temper is gonna come up next, and then anger, and then, oh, this shitty team, I'm trying to, teach them and learn them, and no matter what, they never learn, etc., etc., etc. It's gonna affect the company culture because you need to be careful about your happiness as a founder, as a person who's sitting on top of the pyramid, because everybody else there will look at you. So if one day you're angry, they're not stupid, they're gonna see you. It's gonna affect. If you didn't eat, you're hungry, so your brain cannot function correctly, and then someone comes to ask you a stupid question, and then you're gonna go mad. They're not stupid, they understand that. If you had a problem at home and you want to bring that problem to your work, good luck. They will understand that and they will do the same thing. So anything you do, you have to be, because founders, they underestimate themselves. Founders is like, hey, I'm the founder. I gotta destroy myself. I gotta fuck myself up for the company, for the future, for my employees, for my team, for my investors. But they don't understand, hey, as a founder, you are the heart of this company. You are the brain of this company. So you need to be, you are the first priority to stay healthy, happy, fit, kind, joyful, energetic. So you can give all that back to your employees, to your team, to your product, to your company, and create a happy culture. So, it can be that dream workplace, and the success that you were waiting for, etc. Because people, they really underestimate the culture when they are building a company. I tell you what, day one that you are all alone, culture doesn't mean anything. Day two, let's say you find a co-founder, or maybe not, you continuing solo, and then employees, team members. So you are like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people at the company, and then you might think like, what company culture? What are you talking about, bro? We are building. I mean, it's day one for us. I mean, it doesn't even make sense. First thing first, we gotta make the money, and then give the product out there. But you don't understand. The culture is happening from day one when you are all alone. That's the time that you need to work on yourself. That's the time that you need to, to take everything into the account and consideration. Because next person joining your team, if it's a co-founder or whoever it is, or employee, whoever it is, they're gonna see They're gonna see that person. Now, maybe they don't understand what's going on. Maybe you were trying to come up with business plan, financial, projections, you name it, for the past 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, all alone on your own. And of course, you are human. You have personal matters. You have personal issues. You go through breakup, makeup, family members get sick, you name it. um, Maybe you didn't eat good, maybe your dog passed away, you name it. So you have so many other things going on in your life that people, they don't see and they don't recognize, and maybe you don't even realize that all those small things, they're affecting you. So meanwhile, building a company, it's a hell. So you're going through a hell, right? You want to go through a hell so you can come out from the other side, that be like, oh, finally I reached into the heaven. And really, they were right, the grass is green on the other side. But you don't realize you need to stay calm when you are all alone. You need to work on yourself. That's the best time of working on yourself, because next, when employees and team members, they come on board, you will get lost. You go mad, you go temper, you fire somebody, fuck with your mood, you name it. And then all that will affect your company's culture, guys. So the best is day one, when you are all alone. Now, if you didn't do that, if you didn't know, if now you're listening to this episode and then you're like, oh, what about now? I mean, I have a, my team is like 20 members, and so what is it, too late? So we're gonna continue with this shitty culture all time? No, of course there are ways to fix it. Again, comes within you. It's you. It's all about you. Fix yourself, fix the rest, fix the culture. That happens to me, guys. At some point I was going so mad. I mean, our product was in delay. I was getting screwed over and over by the different developers, and then my team was frustrated, and then we were not delivering on time to our customers and revenues, and then government, and then pandemic hit, you name it. So I started to become a stressful person, angry person. With the first small thing that was coming on my desk, I was going mad. And then I noticed that, hey, my whole team is becoming like that. And this has become a really shady environment that nobody wants to work for or work with, and it's like super stressful environment. And people, they are afraid to do a mistake, or people, they are afraid if they fucked up somewhere to even mention it. They try to hide it somewhere and hope nobody will find it, you name it. So at some point I was like, this is not happening anymore. Where is the problem? I was trying to find the problem, and then I went to all the roads. It led to me. I understood I was the problem and I was the issue in this company. So I started working on myself. I was like, from today, this business is life. I'm not gonna get mad no matter what happens. We lose customer, we lose client, we lose revenue. Because not because of my mistake, because my support fucked up somewhere, or because my sale didn't go to that meeting, or because my one of my employees just lied to me, and instead of doing something, they slept. Instead of also, remote work is whole another thing to talk about. We'll try to do that in another episode. So I find out, and then I was like, from today, I'm not gonna get mad under any circumstances. First thing first, is bad for my health. Forget about life, forget about business. If you are not healthy, success, fame, money doesn't mean shit. So I was like, first thing first, that's not healthy. I'm not gonna get mad from today. Second thing, I know my support, they're human, they're people, they're gonna fuck up at some point, and then it's gonna affect our reputations, angry clients, customers, you name it. No matter what, I'm not gonna get mad. It's happening. I cannot avoid that. No matter what I do, no matter who I will hire, even if I go bring like, imagine I had the budget, I could hire Elon Musk, Zucks, and like Jeff Bezos. Hey, you guys come to my company and be my support agents, right? Like, pick up the phones and do the data entry and respond to the emails. They will fuck up too. Trust me, that's how I understood that, hey, I shouldn't be angry anymore. Because I was like, hey, let's say he's a restaurant manager who's asking for clothes availabilities because they're busy and they cannot do it right on the list partner, which is their CRM management system. So they called or emailed the support that, hey, do it for me because I'm busy, or cancel these reservations, or do this and that. And Elon is a human, you know. Elon forgot to do it, so what I'm supposed to do? Like, then who do I hire? I mean, I should call the god, hey, can you send me some angels from the other planet so you could guarantee they will never fuck up and they do the job properly? So that will always happen, guys. And I was like, no matter what, even if next I was like, competitors, you know, they tease us a lot, they bother us a lot, as much as we don't even care for what's going on. I mean, we just look at our product working on ourselves, and you know, it's like going to the gym and you're trying to get in a good shape. But of course, you see other people like they are like super fit, you know, six packs and all that. You look at them, at, you know, they're passing in front of you, so you cannot avoid them. I mean, you have eyes, so you look, and then you're like, wow, nice. I want to be like that. But then again, you know, you start working out rather than just sitting there and just, oh, look at that guy, look at his muscles, look at his biceps, look at his triceps. Dude, work out. If you want to be like him, work out. So as much as we only focus on our own work and on our product, there's some of the competitors, they just focus on us. I don't know why they don't focus on their product or team, or you know, to level up. They are just analyzing us 24/7, trying to take our clients. You have no idea what's happening. So at some point I was like, guys, all this is, I was talking to myself, right? I was like, all this is affecting my company. So I gotta promise myself from today, never get mad no matter what. If we lose a client, no matter what, if somebody fucked up something, I'm not gonna get mad. If we lose a client because of the competitor, if my sales, you know, I I got my salesperson many times that he lied to me, like he's supposed to go to a meeting, he didn't, instead he slept, or he was late, or he lost the deal. That I used to go so mad because of that. But finally, you know, I had a couple of conversations with him. I see he's not changing, and he always apologize and ask for another opportunity. And I was really kind, yeah, of course. And I see that he's not changing. So I was like, I'm gonna fire you. I'm not gonna, you know, destroy my health or my company's culture or the atmosphere just because you are a dick and you are a liar. Okay? So I'm gonna fire you and I'm gonna find someone else. As a matter of fact, even if I don't have any sales, at least we are going to have a happy environment. We're not gonna close deals, we're not gonna boost our revenue, we're gonna stay where we are until to find the right person. But at least we're not gonna be mad, we're not gonna destroy our company's culture, we're not gonna, you know, go nuts and affect our health. So I cannot stress that enough, guys. You need to be happy. You need to work in a happy environment. And all that comes from your culture, the culture that you created, that you made. And you are the culture as a founder. You are the heart of the company. Everything comes from you. Everything gets your color, your smell, your language, your words. It's when you build a company, when you start a startup, it's a super virgin thing. So how you wanna do it, what kind of color, what kind of logo, what kind of shape, what kind of language, what kind of religion, what kind of beliefs, it's totally up to you, not to your employees, not to your team members. So fix yourself, fix your company culture, fix everybody else. Never ever let the other people to affect on you, their moods, their vibes. This is what's happening that I say to my team members. I'm like, guys, never ever bring your problems to the company, to the office. Never do that. Never do that. I don't do that. We all have our personal issues. But when we come here, we want to be happy. It's like we have two different lives. We have our lives at home, wife, kid, dogs, children, whatever, parents, family. And then we got our life in here. This is another planet. This is another planet. So when we come here, it's us. Is the CEO, is the iOS developer, Android, DevOps, backend, frontend, support, sales, marketing, operation manager, you name it. So it took some time until I make them to understand, guys, don't bring your issues into the company. And you're going to have such a much happier environment to work. I think every company they need to apply that to their culture, where people they should not. And of course, I said to my employees and to my team members, if you have such a big problem at home that is eating you inside out, do not come to work. Take a day off. Easy as that. Take a day off. Take 2 days off. Take 3 days off. Take a week off until you are settled down and come to the company. Now, if your dog is sick, if your cat is dying, if your roof, I don't know, just got hit by a rocket or something, if your car is not working, if your spouse cheated on you, whatever is going on, don't bring that problem to the company. It's not fair. It's not the right place. Instead, if you really cannot work, if that's really affecting on you, don't come to the work, take a day off. And then, of course, it took some time to teach that to my employees, but then they all came back to me and they were like, that was a really amazing formula that I applied to our business. Because as a human being, it helps them. So they go through personal issues in their house, wife, husband, father, mother, sister, grandpa, you name it. But when they come to work, I mean, if it's really serious, they're not coming to work. But if it's not, when they come to work, they totally forget about what's going on at home. That's why they have a really happy environment. I mean, I remember one of my employees last year, uh, you know, he's young, so he's living with his parents. And uh, as I understood, in their house, they were going through some kind of, parents argues, fights, the period before getting divorced and stuff like that. So he was working remotely, and we have a really open policy, remote or you want to come at the office is totally up to you. And so he asked me like, hey, can I come more to the office? It's like, of course, why do you ask me? And then when he came to the office, I see him, he's very happy. And then he told me, I feel at home um I'm not that productive. I was like, why? What's going on? What happened? Because you used to be more productive at home. That's why you took all days day off. He was like, yeah, but it's this thing going on in my house. My mom and my dad are always shouting and going through divorce and stuff like that. So I cannot work in that environment. That's why I want to come every day to the office. And he stays as much as he wants. And then, as a matter of fact, then he plays games with the other employees at the office. And then he's so happy. So that's the kind of environment and the culture that we created at the company, that even if you are going through tough time in your house with your family, with your personal stuff, still there is somewhere called the list headquarters that you can go there and be happy and forget about everything that's happening in your life. So it's really hard to get that right, but once you get it right, you have no idea, your work place will become your paradise, will become your heaven, will become your comfort zone that you don't want to go out of. It will become that place that if you are going through breakup, if you don't have money, if you are going through if you couldn't pay your mortgage, if somebody stole your car, if your dog died, if your girlfriend or your boyfriend left you, or you name it, then you want to go to that workplace, then you want to go to that environment just to forget about whatever happens. It's sometimes like people, they go through difficulties and they go to the bed and they pull the blanket up to their face. So, they turn off the light and try to sleep. But then they wake up again. They're like, ah, shit. I wish I would never wake up. So that's what we did at the list. So we created this amazing environment that if when they have issues outside of the list, they come to the list just to forget about it and be happy there. And when they leave the list, they're like, oh shit, I wish I would never leave the office. I'm going back to the office. So these are some tips on how to create an amazing work environment and a company culture so everybody because guys, if you don't have a happy culture, you have to know sooner or late your employees, your co-founders, you name it, they will leave you sooner or late. It's just a matter of time. They're not gonna stay miserable because of you. You know, they say people's leave culture, leave company, not bad boss, or people they leave boss, not, you name it. People they leave a bad culture. People they leave a bad environment. People they leave a bad culture. As a matter of fact, people they leave their countries and they go start all over from somewhere else just because they didn't like the culture inside their country. And I respect those people. You know, there's some people living in Iran. They leave the country because they don't like the government, they don't like the culture. By the way, that's a whole another topic to talk about, but it's not business, it's just life. So, and they leave. They become, as an immigrant to United States or any other countries. I don't like that culture. Or Europeans, they come to America, or Americans go to Europe or Australia or Canada. Or people they move to Dubai because they don't like the culture. And now you expect not to leave your company for those small low salaries you are giving them, and you are a startup and you are not even profitable, and you expect that everybody they should work hard as you as a founder so they can help you to achieve your dreams, so later on you can buy that big ass yacht with helicopters and private jets. So but your employees are like, yeah, employees, and they get a small salary and they just live like on their paycheck, like check to check. They're just waiting the last week of the month, they don't have money, and they're just waiting for you, for the company, so for the month to end so they can receive their paycheck. Oh, good luck with that. People they leave their origin, their origin, their country. They leave. You know how hard is that, to live where you grow, all your families, relatives, friends, school, name it, and suddenly like get your wife, get your childrens, and boom, we go somewhere that we don't even speak their language, and we have nothing there, and we have to go through immigrations law and you name it. But at least we're gonna be happy. Happiness is the most important thing in life, in business, in relations, in friendship. Don't underestimate it. If you're not happy, you're gonna be sick. Don't be around people. Personally, I hate it. I don't like to be around people that, when things go south, they lose their calmness, they lose their temper, and they go mad. And stressful people, they're just kind of people that they're happy when everything is perfect. Thank you very much. If it was like that, I mean, life would be amazing, right? Everything should be perfect. Everything should be at the order. The temperature of the room, my girlfriend, my boyfriend, my car, my paycheck, my food. So I'll be happy. It's small things that comes along the way that I don't like. Oh, I'm losing my they come stressful. They lose their temper. They go mad. They go crazy. Avoid being around those kind of people. Those people are not good people for your health. Avoid it. You have to be around your inner circle, guys, is the most important thing. I'm talking about inner circle in here. I love people that are strong inside out. I love people that they laugh during the hard time. My mom is like that. No matter what's going on in the world, she always has this smile on her face. I love those kind of people. Rather than everything is good, we're on a vacation. Let's say you go with your friends on a vacation, all good, happy, first day, second day, third day, something goes off. I don't know. Maybe you have to relocate. Maybe someone's credit card is not working and you guys have to borrow him money until he sorted out with his bank. Maybe there's so many other things. And you see some people, they lose their temper. Just, oh my God, my credit card is not working. Oh my, and they go mad. Those are not the kind of people that you need to have in your inner circle. Because those kind of people, I mean, it is not going to help you guys. What's the benefit? Just to have some friends or some employees or some boss or some leaders or some managers that they are always smiling and they're happy and helpful only when things are good. The moment things going south, that person change face. So you tell me. You tell me what's the point to hang out with those kind of people. And why? Because those people will affect on you. Will affect on you. Trust me. At some point, hanging out with this kind of people is gonna make you become like them. Then you are a human. At some point, you wanna be like, oh, this guy. I mean, I'm a funny guy. I'm cool. I'm laugh. I'm chill. I'm relaxed. My friend is too. But the moment something goes a little bit bad, or something goes against his willing, he becomes stressful, and he doesn't laugh and he goes mad. So soon or late you're gonna turn out to be like this guy. People, they affect on each other. People, they affect on each other big time. So you don't have to let others to affect on you, to transfer you their moods, their bad mood, their bad vibes, their bad energy. You don't have to let that happen. That's why you have to cut those people. You need positive energy. You need happy vibes. You need happy mood, because you need happiness. You don't need stress in your life. You don't need bad vibes in your life. And last thing I want to say, which I said it before, stop. You might not realize it, guys, but stop investing time on people that they don't want to thrive, because I did that a lot, and it took me some time to understand, hey, that person, he or she is good at where they are. They are happy. They are really happy. So why, first thing first, why I'm wasting my time to trying to level them up? Second thing, even let's say I pursued them to leave their whatever it is, comfort zone, their role, their salary, their home, to go for somewhere better that I thought, because maybe it's better for me, not for them. And then you don't want to put them through that stress, through that, just give them, just put more than what it should be on their plate, that at some point they will explode. So some people, they are happy at where they are. They don't need extra boost. I mean, you show them the path. You're like, hey, this is it. I mean, if you want to grow, if you want to have a better life, higher salary, better house, better car, better clothes, better appearance, this is it. But if you are happy where you are, then be happy. Enjoy it. And I'm not gonna waste my time or my life on you. But I showed you the path. You don't want to take it. Good for you. Be happy. I'm gonna thrive. So guys, company culture is super important, but it comes from you. You are the heart of the company. And when I'm talking about company culture, it's not just about companies. You have a culture also in your house. You have a culture with your friends. You have a culture with your spouse. You have a culture with your kids. It's all coming from you. You let you affect on you, the people around you. You set the boundaries. You try, you are the person who's allowing how people can talk to you, behave you, joke with you, bully you, make fun of you, be serious with you. Is all coming from you. You need to, and this is the most important thing in work, in life. If you want to be happy, you need to have a happy culture. You need to be satisfied from yourself, and never ever let somebody to have a bad effect on you. Cut them immediately. Thank you guys for listening to this episode. I would love to hear your comments, anything you can share for me. If you have any questions, if you want to ask anything, or if you found this episode useful, just please, you might have a friend or a colleague that you would be like, hey, they can get some tip out of this, so you can share the link. with them, and I would love to hear out your comments, anything that we could discuss and debate. Thank you so much. I see you in the next one. Have a good time.